Previously on MST. Oh, look at that. Are we going to make it? Oh, please tell me we're going to make it. Okay, we made it at least some. Yes, okay. We are flat out of lava. Did I time that well or what? Hey guys, Dave from dadsRfunny coming to you from the Mad Science Theater 9000 world, and today what I'm going to be doing is giving you a montage, I guess you could say. I'm going to flatten out some terrain, move some contents of some chests, get the shed cleared out, and build a proper house. So this could be quite lengthy, so I thought it would be cool just to answer some of your questions. So what I'm going to do is actually roll through the comments, and there's literally thousands of them, across all of these episodes for Mad Science Theater. We've only done, I guess, about a dozen or so of these things. So let's start off with the very first one. This is a little bit out of order, but we're going to start with Anna, and she asks, what's going to happen to Mary and Dad's Minecraft adventures? Now, a lot of you have paid attention. My actual reply is watch this series, because that's kind of the whole point behind Mad Science Theater, is to explain to you guys, you know, what's going on, where we've been, where we're going to go. As you know, the long answer to this question is that we have run Madma for 12 seasons, 10 and then 2 more, with the last 2 being a little bit more Sasquatch oriented. And, Ben left, I guess, end of season 10, Sass, end of season 12, and we just felt like the story arc had been complete. We've done multiple story arcs. We've done everything we've really wanted to do with this show, including creating Mary's evil twin that ironically turned out to be good, which was really one of my favorite things that we've done with the show. That's just one of many. But to answer the specific question of from Anna, that's what's going to happen to Mary and Dad's Minecraft adventures, I would have to say that the show as we know it is over. And what I mean by that is that we filmed 10 seasons with 13 weeks, 1 episode every week, and then a break in between. And we did this basically because all of the people that were in the show, myself, Mary, Camber, who is Lil Sass and Missy Fence Rider, and Ben, good neighbor Ben, we're all here living locally within 100 feet of one another. Now, since then, Ben has moved on. He's joined the Air Force. Camber is off to college. Mary and I are still here, but she's basically about to go to college herself. And so, you really want to do, I think, what unfortunately a lot of YouTube channels don't do, which is when you've got a show like this, you don't want to run it into the ground and end poorly. And so we had a really great end of season 10 arc, and we knew, and I had in my mind, that we would have 2 more seasons with Sass after Ben had left, and we really wanted to get to that Sasquatch storyline. So we weren't sure if it would work, which is why we ended it on season 10. Then we plotted everything out. We had the time, we had the means to do it, so we did it. And I really love, frankly, end of season 10, episode 13, and season 12, episode 13 are really great episodes in my mind. And we, like I said, we've just hit every single plot arc on this thing, from the evil guy to the Sasquatch to Ben to, digital Ben to real Ben. In the last episode, it's just all kinds of things that we've been able to accomplish, and I think improve our skills across the board. This has certainly been a lot of fun doing this. Now, that's still not quite the answer to Anna's question, which is what's going to happen. We do plan on getting together in the future and being able to perhaps pull off something in the form of what I've called a short movie or a mini series, I guess you could say, where we typically, instead of filming a whole season made up of like 4 or 5 filming sessions, each 3 episodes, 2 to 3 episodes, we possibly might be able to do that in a summer, this summer and the future summer, where we can get Ben here. That would be fun. We could also try to do things maybe with fewer people, but still to make it the show the way it is. I really don't think we just want to have Dad and Mary running around, as I always say, turning planks into sticks. That's really not where Minecraft is in my mind, or at least the show at this point. Okay, well, that's Anna C's question, which is what is the future of Madma? Now, also, we go into this in great detail in the Mad Science Theater show, especially the first 3 to 4 episodes. And So I don't want to sort of just answer it that way. There's an even longer version of this question answered as you watch this series. Someone said that if you plan on using Madma Science Theater to describe how you're going to proceed with possible plot options for the future, why would you tell us? This is from the Ender Chicken. Why would you tell us what you're going to do before you do it? Because that spoils the fun. And so my reply is just general concepts, not specifics. Because we do want to, take time to have fun with this if we can and get you guys involved in that fun. I think I missed something somewhere. Where did Missy go? Asks Darsplat12RBLX. She's in college. Here's Jada says, every Thursday I'll check for Madma videos. I miss it. I love the show. That's very nice. Thank you. Minecraft's Chosen. Now you remember him from various comments, Magic Farm, etc. Asks what font we use for the thumbnail. And I think it's Hobo Standard, which is an awesome font. Someone asks, why is Mary? Which I think is hilarious. That's very profound. And I don't know the answer. Let's see. We have a couple more. Minecraft's Chosen asks again. It says Mystery Science Theater 3000 ? And I reply back on that one that very funny. So yes, certainly that's where we got the name from. Love that show. Kawaii Chick 11 says, I think you should continue it by showing how they survived and where they lived. And I do want to touch on this a little bit. That is part of the Madma Science Theater plan, is we're rolling out this series, which is really almost really commentary on my part. And it's thoughts about, plot ideas, concepts, general concepts. When you talk about, for example, in this comment from Kawaii Chick 11, I think you should continue it by showing how they survived and where they lived. You could do a prequel. You could do something in the future. There could even be a zombie apocalypse, as someone else, I think multiple people have mentioned, back when they get home. I could see that turning into 7 Days to Die. But just again, throwing out ideas there. Now, someone asks, is Mary going to play? Sydney C says, is Mary going to play? She's referring to Madma Science Theater. And I want to answer this question. It's, again, somewhat of a long answer. We're actually going to set up season 0, which is what we're in right now. And I'm probably going to be solo. And what I'm actually literally going to do is build using this mod pack. And someone asks what the mod pack is. We'll get to that. We're going to build a theater. And then we're going to play... We're going to actually have people join like Mary and comment with me about previous episodes, which I think will be quite interesting. So we're actually going to have a show, not only about the other show, but we're going to play the other show within the new show. And that's one of the things you'll see as a recurring theme with Madma and everything we've done, is a lot of things get embedded in one another, like the simulator that's inside the Minecraft world that we're playing in is another Minecraft world. So, those sort of nested like layers of an onion, we kind of like to do that. And that's exactly what's going on here. Season 0 of Madma Science Theater basically is going to be me trying to get to the point where I have a nice little homestead where I can build a theater. And then I'm going to have hopefully Mary and maybe, Camber, Ben, if he comes back, maybe in the summer and the fall, we're going to try to get him in. We can do a little interview commentary. It'll be kind of fun and frankly interesting, I think. Okay, the mod pack. I don't know who asked. We have multiple comments on that, so if I see some names, I'll let you know. But the mod pack is Feed the Beast, Infinity Evolved, 1.710, and basically it includes all the mods that I like and a few that I don't. It excludes, like the Morph mod is great, but it's a little OP. Someone asks about the texture pack. And, for example, Golden Wither says, could you use Faithful Texture Pack? And that reminds me to let you guys know that really when it comes to Feed the Beast, I like the Sortex pack, and that's what I use when I play Feed the Beast. So, yeah, I guess the answer to that is no. Jenna Lee asks, what happened to Tekkit? Well, the show isn't about Tekkit, but I'll just tell you that obviously that is a Ben-centric type show, so we really probably won't be doing too much Tekkit without Ben around, unless we can figure out a way to do that remotely, which doesn't look terribly promising, but we'll keep that in mind. And let's see. We get a lot of fans, like Cookie Cat Crew says, I want to say I'm going to miss Madma very much. The first gameplay I've ever watched since I was 8. Which is a long time ago, from what it sounds like. Thank you for inspiring me. Your fan, JY2004. Lots of comments like that. And you know, that's one of the things I think is worth bringing up here is that, you know, we have, you know, a lot of people that have sent us comments like that. Literally, I believe 200,000 emails I've accrued in the last 4 years. So, somewhere between 200,000 and 300,000. So that's a lot of emails. And a lot of those have been comments along those lines. So it's quite amazing. Now, someone mentions, just as we talk about various things that we can do, having the evil guy still being alive. That's one of my favorite ideas, whether or not he goes back to the real world or he shoots down the plane and they get stuck again. Well, I tell you, that opens a lot of can of worms, or at least one can of worms, I should say, but probably more than one. And that certainly would be interesting to do. But boy, I'll tell you what, it sure is nice. And I think if you ever talk to someone who's made a show this long and this complicated, it is so nice to have things really end the way you want. And so I'm really, really glad we were able to do that. Someone mentions Tanista. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Says that says Dave, you always crack me up. Mary too with her pranks, like when she blew up Ben's house. That was one of the funniest things. That was in Tekkit Out season 4, I believe. That was one of just the most fun things I've done. Quite shocking. Someone says I'm still cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's logistical logic. And someone asks a similar question for Madma Science Theater if Ben and Sass and Mary are going to be there. And so, yes, I think that's the idea, is to perhaps, I'd like to do at least one big interview with each of them before this show is over, and also watch some episodes. And we might even try to incorporate some green screen, but that's, again, another one of those crazy type of ideas that we do have a green screen. You may have seen us use it on occasion. It's a lot of fun. Okay, finally, someone says, well, Doodlefart132 says, I've been watching this series forever. We have a lot of replies like same. And someone says they watched it with their friend over Skype. So I don't know how that works, but that's awesome. And finally, Colin asks, does this mean Madma is done? And so, as I said before, Madma as we knew it in the past, I think is over. I mean, things change. 4 to 5 years is a long time to make a YouTube show. A lot of channels have come and gone since we've started this show. The channels that were in their peak have just completely disappeared. And typically what happens when that occurs is people close up shop and just kill off shows in the middle of production. And we based our whole idea and concept around the show that we were going to start it, we were going to work it out in the middle, and we were going to get to the end. And we had two very good endings. So again, very proud of everything that everybody's done here at the Dads Are Funny headquarters. All right, that is it for this particular piece of commentary, and we will continue again with another, probably part 2, because I have just covered the first set of questions from the very first episode, if you can believe it. All right, well, thanks, guys, and we will be back with more Madma Science Theater next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.